This will be a quick video on how to install a Emblem reflector on your GX470. I went ahead and purchased the shadow lights for the GX460 and the other Lexus models, and I took it apart and I decided to drill a little hole into the side panel of my door and put the assembly inside. And then from that part on, I went ahead and I wired this portion to the light on the side of the door for when you open it up. So when you close the door, it turns off, and then when you open it, the light turns back on. I'll show you how to do the other side. It's a pretty simple process, but it does require some drilling into your factory door panel, so if you're not comfortable doing that, then I would not recommend doing so. To take apart the door, we are first going to take and pop off this handrest. There's a couple clips that connect to it. There's going to be 2 clips connecting to this window switch. Once you take it off, there's going to be a couple switches and connectors you have to disassemble. Then we're going to take a flathead screwdriver and pry it in between this portion to pop this part off. There's going to be a Phillips screw right here. There's going to be one right there and one right there we have to take off. And then from that part on, we're going to take this portion off, which you just pop off like so. And then we're going to have to take this clip off. Just pop this portion in and this clip will pop off. And then to get this door panel off, it's simple. We're just gonna have to take from underneath and start prying it up. There's gonna be a couple of clips all the way around. There's gonna be holding on the door. So once you do that, I'll be right back. And then we'll start drilling the holes for the light assembly. From the inside, we're going to have these 2 hinges for the lock and the handle. We're gonna pop those off. And then we're gonna have 3 clips. So I just go ahead and take those off and then pop the door panel off. And then we're gonna go inside and start drilling the hole. For the wire, I just got some LED light wire and I spliced it in half. I made the connections to the positive and the negative side of the light assembly, and then from there I would run it through the door panel all the way up to the part where the light for when you open the door connects, and then I just put these connections into the actual housing for where the bulb plugs in, and then I put the LED light over it. I'll show you how it's done. After putting the assembly into the door and drilling a hole and taking the cable through the other side and putting it up through the top, we're ready to install the door back onto the car. After you connect everything in the door back together, you can then take those 2 wires and plug them into both of the openings, the negative and the positive, and then you can just plug in the lamp over it. And this will make sure that these are tightly in there, and this light will also be secured. So you can just pop it back in. And there is your light. It's mounted underneath and gives it just enough room to close. You will not have any problems with rubbing, and I think it looks great. For the doors in the back, we have to first measure out where we want the light to shine. So I want the light to shine on the most flat part of the surface. I don't want the light to bend. So I'm gonna try mounting the light somewhere around here where the portion of the door is flat. So I'm gonna measure it out. I'm also wanting to make sure that the clip will fit inside here, and I will have enough room to wire up the connectors to the light where it opens up the door. So I'm gonna take this door panel off. It's the same way as it is in the front. Just pop this off, take this side off, and there's gonna be 3 screws, and then we can just start prying it off with the clips. And I'll bring it inside and I'll start measuring out where I want the hole to be drilled, and I'll show you how the electrical is done on the inside. For the connection for the door, all I did was I ran the wire through up to the top here, and I spliced it and I put it into the housing right here, and I put this LED light back over it to secure it tightly. And once you do so, it should not fall out. Just place it back in, and then you should have your light. Close it, it opens by the door and should be hidden in there. I'll leave a link in the description from where I bought these. Make sure to like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment or message me on my Instagram.